On behalf of the Juvenile Division of the Los Angeles Superior Court, I would like to welcome you to our celebration of National Adoption Day. Things look a bit different than in past years due to the pandemic, and our hearings today will be virtual rather than in person. But even though we look different, nothing has really changed. We are here to legally recognize the families that these adoptive parents and children have already made real in their homes and hearts. This event reminds all of us that adoption provides children with the love and stability they deserve and enriches the lives of adoptive parents, siblings, and relatives who are fortunate to welcome new and cherished members into their families. Today we will finalize the adoptions for 149 children and celebrate almost 1,000 adoptions completed in the last 4 months through an innovative electronic process developed by our court. I would like to thank and acknowledge those whose work and assistance has made today possible. Public Counsel, the Alliance for Children's Rights, the many pro bono attorneys representing our adoptive families, our court staff, particularly the adoptions unit, and our volunteer judicial officers who will be presiding in 10 courtrooms today. In addition, I want to thank Presiding Judge Kevin Brazil, Presiding Judge-elect Eric Taylor, and Assistant Presiding Judge-elect Samantha Jessner for supporting our efforts to meet the needs of our community. I hope you enjoy our speakers today and are inspired by our program.
Hi there, I'm Willie Garson, and I want to say congratulations to you on participating in National Adoption Day. What an exciting time. Whatever adventure you've had before to get you to this place, it all ends now and a whole new adventure starts. And in my opinion, the real adventure. So some of you have had a difficult road up to here. Some of you have had an easy road. But either way, that simple piece of paper and that legal document changes everything, and everything changes for the better. I guarantee you. Many people come to adoption through many different ways. So really cherish the joy of this moment, not just for you, but for the people getting adopted all over the country today. So celebrate, gather, socially distant, of course. Enjoy a really good meal, because I can tell you this, that is something that my son and I talk about still, is the meal we had that night. So that can be a touchstone and a memory. And take a lot of pictures and video. It seems like nothing, like another day and more pictures and more video, but you will look at these pictures and this video again and again and again, and the child will throughout their lifetime. I really guarantee you that. This is from ours. That's from our adoption day. And now you have yours. So make that memory, spread it around, let everyone know from far and wide that you did this, you accomplished this, and now you are indeed a forever family. I love you all for doing this, whether I know you or not, and 99% I don't. I love you. Happy Adoption Day. This is a moment of joy and wonder. I'm tearing up thinking about it because my kid remembers every minute of it. But he was 7. You might have babies, they won't remember. But you will, and you'll show it to them forever. All right, I love you and I'm thinking of you. Happy National Adoption Day.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen Braun, the President and CEO of the Alliance for Children's Rights. Congratulations to every one of our families on this very special National Adoption Day. We are here to celebrate you. The love and the bonds that you share are so incredibly powerful. So with a little help from technology and our wonderful partners at the Children's Court, DCFS, and Public Counsel, we are not letting even a global health crisis stop us this year. 21 years ago, the Alliance helped to establish National Adoption Day with a wonderful group of partners. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, the Freddie Mac Foundation, the Congressional Coalition on Adoption Institute, and the Children's Action Network. To date, over 80,000 adoptions have been completed on National Adoption Days nationwide. So today on National Adoption Day, while our staff, partners, and fantastic pro bono attorneys are appearing in 10 virtual courtrooms For 149 kids here in Los Angeles, hundreds of families will be uniting all around the country, finalizing adoptions from foster care. In a collective effort, and even during a very challenging year, we are celebrating. And we're raising awareness to help all of the kids and young adults in foster care still waiting to be adopted into loving homes. Adoption is such a joyful occasion. And for some of our young people who've arrived here today, I know that the journey was difficult. I am so inspired by your resilience, so honored to celebrate you, and so very happy for you that you are exiting foster care and officially uniting with your forever families today. To the adopting parents who are watching, I know that the road to get to this day has been long and that it's had its ups and its downs. Some of you are adopting a young relative who entered your home unexpectedly. Others of you have made the choice to build your family through adoption and are here to make it official today. Though all of you make up your own unique families, today you are parents, and you are all heroes today and every day, championing your children and providing them with a loving foundation and home. Love is what makes a family a family. We are so very honored to stand witness to that abundant love today. We celebrate with you. We are here for you in the lifelong journey ahead. Our very warmest congratulations to you all.
As with many things this year, Adoption Day 2020 is different than it's been in the past. In prior years, I looked forward to coming to the Children's Court bright and early on a Saturday morning in November because I knew that when I stepped off the elevators, I'd be greeted by the bustle of our adoption staff and pro bono volunteers, by the sounds of children squealing in delight at balloon animals and cookies, and by the vision of families embracing as they anticipated what would be an incredibly special day in their lives. While today's Adoption Day will be different in many ways, one thing will not change. Today will be a celebration of individual families joyfully contemplating a future together. It will be a celebration of months of work put in by our pro bono attorneys, by social workers at the Department of Children and Family Services, and by the staff of the Children's Court to make today a reality. It will be the culmination of a lot of hard work and of the unique journey that has brought each family to this point, to the day they can make formal a commitment to love and support their children and be a forever family. Today, the adoptions of 149 children will be finalized. Nonetheless, work goes on to ensure permanency for thousands of other children in foster care in Los Angeles. Every day, social workers try to identify families able and willing to welcome a child into their home and to secure the services and supports needed to help those children thrive. For every child whose adoption is finalized today, there are 2 others still waiting to find a family who will welcome them in. If you're moved by the stories you hear, I urge you to contact the Department of Children and Family Services to learn how you can foster or adopt a child. There's always a need for families able to welcome children into their homes. But with the pandemic making it harder for some to do so, the need for foster and adoptive families is particularly acute. Families able to care for sibling groups, older children, and youth are especially needed. So please consider learning more about how you can support children hoping for a loving and permanent home. And to the families who have already opened their homes and their hearts, we celebrate you and your commitment to your children. Thank you for letting us share this special moment with you virtually. And thanks again to everyone who helped make this day possible.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bobby Cagle. I'm the Director of the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services. Thank you for joining us today on National Adoption Day in LA County as children in foster care are officially welcomed into permanent, loving homes. I'm immensely pleased that the current pandemic did not get in the way of this day, which holds a very special place in my heart. I was born into foster care in North Carolina and had the good fortune to be adopted by loving parents when I was 10 months old. I feel a strong kinship with the children here today and a profound commitment to ensuring that every child is able to grow up in a family and connected to caring adults. I know from my own personal experience, the love and support that a family can provide to a child is unmatched and will make a lasting difference in their life. This pandemic has reminded us of the critical role family plays in supporting loved ones in unprecedented times. In Los Angeles County, DCFS provides supportive services to more than 35,000 children and their families at any given time. Of those, more than 18,000 children and youth cannot safely remain in their homes and reside with relatives or in foster homes. Our first goal is always to keep families together and to reunify children with their families when it's safe. I applaud all the adoptive parents here today who have stepped forward to be a caring adult in the life of a child or youth in foster care during a difficult time in their life. For some foster parents, their journey began when they received a call from a social worker to care for a grandchild, niece or nephew, possibly a godchild. Or they were inspired by an ad or an article about being a foster parent. Or they explored various options on forming a family either on their own or with a significant other. Regardless of how these families came to be, the path for these children has led them to this very meaningful day on which we will witness the finalization of their adoptions. Today we drop the word foster and celebrate these parents who are taking the last legal step to welcoming their children home once and for all. We are also here to remind these very special young people that they are worthy of a family's love and that the future is bright. Thank you so much.
I'm Nakashima Goodlow.
I'm Jonathan Goodlow.
And we have 3 biological children, ages 27, 20, and 17. I have also adopted my niece 12 years ago, that's 18 today.
And today on National Adoption Day, we're adopting 2 more children, Josiah and Bailey.
Destiny is my niece. We got Destiny at 3 days old. My number was given to the DCF worker and that they had Destiny at California Hospital and that we had 72 hours to pick her up.
It was like at the call, like 3 in the morning. So it was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to handle it because it's a family. That's her niece. I'm her husband, so we're gonna handle it like that. And we're gonna try to do the best we can with what we have.
When we got Destiny, we were 30. So we kind of took on, we had a big job at a young age. I got pregnant and within 2 months, we had miscarried. So that was really traumatic for us because his thing was to have a son. So I'm like, well, I don't want to put my body through that again. Yeah. And I don't really want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the doctor's appointments. I just don't want to deal with it. So we said, okay, let's foster. It went very smooth with Josiah. His mom knew from day one that she couldn't do it. He took really well. Took really well. He's always smiling and laughing. And the only concern that we had was when we got ready to meet the family, like how are they gonna take that he's being adopted into an African-American home? Excellent. They were excellent. Uncle Dave and the excellent. They were excellent. He did say at the end, one of the court dates, that I know that you guys are adopting him because you love him and he's being taken care of. Bailey came to us 2 weeks before her birthday. She was abandoned. Her hair was just dirty, her nails. Very outgoing, knew when she came into the home, this was her home. This was her home.
Fit in right away.
She's the diva, this is it. Adoption is important to us because we feel like children need homes and families to be nurtured and just have a prosperous life. And our process took us, what, about 2 years?
About 2 years.
And we're just now doing finalization on the 21st of 2020.
I think being a foster parent, you have an ability to change somebody's life for the long run. Because you get them, however you're gonna get them, and you be able to change them, actually change their life as they grow up. They'll remember that. They'll remember that forever.
Hello, I'm Los Angeles County Supervisor Hilda Solis, representing the 1st District. It's a tremendous honor to join you today for the 21st Annual National Adoption Day. Each family here today is proof that finding homes for kids who need them is possible and necessary. We can't compromise on that goal. And I'm so pleased to celebrate the 149 children being adopted here today. National Adoption Day is a legendary and symbolic celebration. The symbol is love. It also means acceptance of one another, and we accept families who come in different shapes and sizes, and families that are headed up by 2 women or 1 man or a single person, or married couples, or families that are made up of relatives or non-relatives. Acceptance and love are the hallmark of our county, and I'm so proud to see that reflected here today among your families. I know you'll carry out on that tradition of acceptance in your homes and teach it to your children as you raise them. And I'm equally proud to thank the Alliance for Children's Rights for inviting me today and for being a founder and leader in the National Adoption Day movement since 2000. You have unparalleled efforts to ensure that children have safe, stable homes, healthcare, and education that they need to thrive. And I'm really proud that because of the Alliance of Children's Rights and support from the Dave Thomas and Freddie Mac Foundations, the National Adoption Day movement has its roots here in Los Angeles. Thank you to the Public Counsel for your impressive and unrelenting efforts around advancing justice for Angelitos countywide and for completing so many adoptions today and all year long. But the Alliance and Public Counsel are incredible examples of what we can do through public-private partnership. Through your innovation, you have brought law firms, businesses to the table to help our county's children with legal aid and when they need it the most. I'd like to thank all of the law firms and companies for being a part of this incredible effort. And I'd also like to thank DCFS, Probation, Judge Greenberg, and all the bench officers for their work. On this National Adoption Day, I'd like to call on our communities here in LA County and across the country to consider adoption. I know it feels like COVID-19 has put so much on hold, but life is not on hold, and these children can't wait for loving and nurturing families. You understand that, which is why it brings us here today. Each of you can and is helping us change lives. Thank you again, and all the best to you and your families.
Hi, it's Dan Bukatinski. What an honor and a thrill it is for me to be able to congratulate all 150 children and adoptive families whose adoptions have become finalized in celebration of National Adoption Day. I am a huge advocate and a supporter of adoption because my life was changed because of adoption. First in 2005 with the adoption of my daughter Eliza, and then 2 years later in 2007 with the adoption of my son Jonah. I encourage all of you to help those who want to become parents become parents. Adoption is such a wonderful blessing for those of us who have experienced the desire to become a parent and needed that resource. I also felt very fortunate to be able to play a character like James Novak on Scandal, who adopted himself and became a father in that way. So happy National Adoption Day to all of you. I hope that you too become an advocate for children's rights and an advocate of adoption.
Thank you to everyone who is participating in today's event, and especially to our adoptive families who exemplify the transformative power of love and commitment. And with thanks to those of you who have joined the celebration remotely, we are off to the most important part of today's activities, finalizing the adoptions for 149 children and their families as we celebrate National Adoption Day together.